Good morning. I'm Kay from Eco Seed to Skin by Sarin Organics, and welcome to Hydrate Me Monday. So, we've been talking lately about menopause, and some fantastic conversations have been going around. I've been having some wonderful conversations with people on Messenger, so please do reach out if you've got any questions and things that you're stuck with. So far we've talked about itchy skin and menopause, we've talked about hot flushes and menopause, and we've been talking about really dry skin on the face, the arms and the legs. So last week we talked about scrubbing our face, and this week I've actually been having a few conversations about dry hair and dry fingernails actually with menopause. So, and I started to think, well, you know what, actually my hair has gotten a lot drier lately as well. What's going on? So I reached out to a friend of mine who is an amazing hairdresser who gets right into the format of hair and why things dry out. So we've had a really great conversation, and it is a menopausal thing as well. So to the point where with my hair, I wear it up quite a lot, because if I don't, it goes really frizzy. And I've noticed that since pretty much I turned 40, my hair really started to dry out. And now that I'm going, excuse me, now that I'm going through menopause, it's incredibly dry. So she gave me a few wonderful tips. So I'm going to have to do it the first tip that she gave us was to constantly get your hair trimmed, because those dead ends are going to cause a lot of frizziness. So get your hair cut a lot more, which I'm going to have to do. And the other great tip that she gave us was, she gave me was, it's a lack of silica. And which is just amazing, because that's what I've been talking about for the last 3 Hydrate Me Mondays, has been about silica in the diet. So we talked about having the smoothie with silica through seaweed in, and also Sandra Cobots food supplement with the silica, zinc and vitamin C in there too. So silica actually is in a lot of hair care, like the leave-in treatments actually. So she said, Kay, you're making a lot of great creams. I was like, well, I said, yeah, but I'm not making any hair care. And she said, but what product do you have that's got a lot of silica in it? And so, of course, that's my seaweed hand cream. So my seaweed hand cream, which I make with local seaweed, and I put it in an apple cider vinegar tincture. I let it brew for a good 6 months, and then I put it under a hydraulic press. So, and what I'm looking for in the seaweed is extract that silica. So she said, use the cream in your hair, not up the top, but just down on the ends. And so I've been doing that for the last week actually, and I can feel a difference in my hair. So, you know, you don't have to be using my products, of course, for excuse me, for the silica, but do try and have a look at your hair care. And it's not a conditioner. It's not like in the shower conditioner. It's a leave-in conditioner. So after you've washed your hair, after you've conditioned your hair in the shower, and then when you hop out, you're putting a leave-in conditioner in there. You can get a spray as well, but I've been using my seaweed hand cream. So, and this is the one I also recommended for the dry arms and your dry legs as well. So there you go, another great tip for menopause. Oh, also, just before I wrap up, she's into nails as well, and she said it's the same thing. Hair is the same thing as your nails, and so the same care that you have in your hair, do for your nails. So the seaweed hand cream or any other product that you've got with silica in it, to massage that into your fingernails as well, and keep them well trimmed too. So Silica in the diet through seaweed, Sandra Cobots silica powder in the morning, every morning, teaspoon, and that's on the inside. Also fish oil too is going to help with your hair and your nails as well, and your skin, and also topically. So fantastic. Thank you so much for tuning in. And I was just wondering, Greg, is there any questions this morning?
We have a question from Mia. Can you share what to do about pimples and menopause?
Very good question. Thank you, Mia. So Mia's question was about pimples and menopause. So, and it's a little bit different to what's going on with menopause pimples as teenage pimples. Ours is more a hormonal imbalance. So the very best thing that you can do is from the inside, excuse me, is Sandra Cobots silica, zinc and vitamin C supplement. But also our pimple oil, which is actually, there's no oil in there. It's our pimple oil has actually got some beautiful witch hazel, rose water and essential oils. That's gonna, you just need to dab that on during the day, and that will just help to dry those pimples out. And also the scrubbing in the shower, like we talked about last week too, will help to clean out those pores as well. And also when you're moisturising, just don't moisturise around where you've got pimples. Any other questions, Greg?
No, I don't think there is any other questions.
No other questions. That's fantastic, and I am available to have a chat to anybody. It was fantastic. I had some great organic conversations over social media the last week, and that's where the hair care and the nails come in. So please don't hesitate to reach out, and I really appreciate you and tuning in.
One last one. Sorry.
Oh, there is a last one.
How often can you use the pimple oil?
How often can you use the pimple oil? So you can use the pimple, there's actually no withholding period because there's no alcohol in there, in the pimple oil. And so you can dab it on as often as you like actually, and you just squirt a little bit into your hand and dab it onto the pimple, so you can use it all day. And at night time, making sure that your skin is clean and can breathe. Fantastic. That's it. That's it. No more questions. Wonderful. Please do reach out on Messenger, and I'll pop up the top some dot points. So thank you so much for tuning in to Hydrate Me Monday.